somebody else's life.
That's awesome, boy. You're always there lending a hand to people. But here, most recently, you got the People's Choice Icon Award, and you sang "Don't Let the Big Man In."
The old man.
It has gone to #1, right?
Right.
Shortly after you giving that live performance. Talk about a couple of things, just that going to #1, and everybody wants to know the story of how you wrote that song and why you wrote it.
So about 3 or 4 years ago, I'd been invited several years ago you'd been there too, through that Pebble Beach celebrity tournament. Clint Eastwood was a big part of that. Well, he has a course there in Monterey called Tehama, and he'd invited me out. He said, if you'll come, you'll be my partner in an event for 3 days. And I wasn't going to pass that up. Everybody knows Clint Eastwood, and of course, I go way back when I was a child. My mom said your brother and sister would watch cartoons and you'd sit cross-legged on the floor and watch Rawhide. So I go way back with being a fan of Clint, and we were playing golf, and somebody said his birthday was Monday, and this was a Saturday. And I said, what are you going to do to celebrate your birthday, Clint? He said, I'm going to go shoot a movie called The Mule in Georgia. And I said, what keeps you going? And he said, I just try to be productive every day and don't let that old man in. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, I said. And being a songwriter, I was like, wow, what an idea. So I came home and was literally so focused on that song for several days that we were driving down the road. My wife said, she was over there talking to me. We were going into town to eat dinner. And she said, you didn't hear a word I just said, did you? And I said, no. And she's been through this before, and she goes, why? And I said, I'm working on
songs, I think.
Huh?
You've wrote a few songs.
Yeah. I said, well, I'm working on that song, and she just threw her hands up and said, never mind that. She said, it's not time to talk to you. Because it's like I had it circling the boat, but I didn't have it hooked, but I didn't have it in the boat yet. And so when I got it done, I sent it to him, and I said, and I knew he was doing a movie, but I just wanted to send him the song to thank him for the inspiration for writing what I thought was a great song. And the next day he called me back. He said, you know, songs that were comical that only they would know, you know, that the lyric in the song was only lyric that they would know. And so those became very popular among service folks. And to this day, every single show I play, they're there, and we let them come backstage, and we rekindle those old relationships and tell stories. They've always want to tell their story, you know, about where they were when they saw me. But even my anesthesiologist at MD Anderson, when I was down there getting treatment, she signed up for all 5 of my surgeries, and she was a Marine, and she saw me in Afghanistan and Iraq, and she said, I signed up for you because I want to make sure you're taken care of. So
how about that? Now,
it come full circle.
Yeah, and I know you go back to your father was in the military. Talk about your dad.
I think he went to the service to quit so he didn't have cut broom corn in Lindsay, Oklahoma anymore. But that was a broom corn capital of the world, and I think his dad would make him get up before school, go work a little, and send him to school and come back, change into his work clothes, and of course go again till dark 30. But he went over, and the whole reason we went on the USO tour, he had just passed away in a car wreck the year before, and so he'd always ask me, I was really, really busy out there trying to create my career, and he'd always ask me why I don't go overseas to play for the troops, and I said, you know, I will. And I never got to do it in front of him, so I said, when he passed away, I said, I'm going to go. And so we signed up. But he lost his eye over there and came home, and he never did. You know, I was 17 or 18 years old before I knew that discolored eye was blind. He never complained about it. He was really, really, you know, solicitors couldn't get in our house or knock on our door, but a veteran administration, our veteran association could show up, and he'd allow them in the house, give them coffee, and support their cause. So I tried to make that live on through him.
Yeah, how about that? Now, I think you've told me now, all your time over there in Afghanistan and all those places over those 11 years, you were shot at a few times in a helicopter, weren't you?
Yeah, and the reason we didn't, we don't really talk about it very much because we want people to go over there, We don't want to discourage anybody to go. But in 240 shows, when you're leaving fire bases and stuff, you're just in a military helicopter, and nothing big, no RPGs or nothing, but, small arms fire and stuff like that coming in and out. General Fruger was with us one time. He was our liaison, and we came out of Mosul East and we're headed to Mosul West, and that's probably 3 million people there, I think. So we were going to play the east side and then fly to the west side, and we were flying sideways. And I'm like, looking at him, I'm like, well, why in the hell are we flying sideways? And he had the headset on, I didn't. And so when we straightened back up, and he held his finger up, said, like, I'll tell you when we get there. He said, we come under small arms fire as we were leaving. And I was like, well, it'd been nice to give a cowboy a shotgun or something.
Following the untimely passing of the country music legendary Toby Keith, his family has announced his funeral service. In a statement, the family announced that the funeral service for the legendary singer Toby Keith will only be public to his bandmates, his family, and a few friends, and there will be a memorial service that will be announced very soon. Toby Keith died recently of stomach cancer, leaving behind a legacy that no one could ever imagine. The family welcomes donations to the Toby Keith Foundation, and the funeral is to be held mid-February. However, the funeral dates have not yet been released in the statement, but we promise to keep you posted in case anything is officially reported. To those that did not know what was going on all about Toby Keith, Toby Keith was a true legendary and a lover of his country, America. He was a true patriot, and there is no doubt that his legacy shall forever live on. He died recently on the 5th of February 2020. It was nearly 2 years ever since he announced his diagnosis. Toby Keith's death isn't only a huge loss to the entertainment industry, but a loss to the entire United States, as he was a true supporter of democracy and freedom. He loved his country, he sang for his people, and a lot of people danced to his music. We grew up dancing to his music, and we shall forever remember him. Let us know which songs you loved the most when it comes to Toby Keith. Continue praying for his family and loved ones. Remember, he wasn't only a singer, but he was a husband and a father to his 2 daughters and a son. He left behind his wife and his mother. Our thoughts goes out to Toby Keith's family and loved ones, and may his soul rest in eternity. Don't forget to subscribe to Touch News Media for your latest news updates and celebrity news.